So I want you to see again the ongoing use of evidence against the people. The entity is group stalking via helicopter, and that's exactly, you saw the planes, those were literally demons in airplanes. Again, the federal government is going to implement policy with regard to an additional grounds of barring the ability to get a license as a pilot or even be in the sky space flying planes and helicopters, because the government is now aware of the fact that criminal monitoring, criminal surveillance by those at airports, the airports are nothing other than facilitating venue where state surveillance is underway, where the maintenance of that specific environment is present, as I documented again at the Ontario airport this morning at 7:50 in the morning. At no time is the sun ever going to be over Alvarado Gardens, and not only was it here, as I showed you while I was inside of my living room, it's still here after 5 p.m. And that's occurring where the Los Angeles Police Department is providing direct evidence against the people of the state stalking in a helicopter. And that is creating grounds for not only the people of the state, but the government itself. These corrupt law enforcement agencies, it's speaking to not only LAPD and Ontario PD and Fontana PD and San Bernardino PD and Montclair PD and Upland PD. This is speaking to what's going on in the whole state of California and the airports and the heliports in the state of California. Okay, I'm not going to speak about what's going on in Florida, even though there are implications because the entity is maliciously creating what's supposed to appear as the natural environment. That's letting you know about what's going on everywhere else, but I'm going to limit it to where I'm at. The federal government is sharp enough to figure it out. Okay, but I want to be clear. This is speaking to what these police departments are doing in the state of California. And so this is speaking to limiting the resources that they are currently weaponizing to violate the liberty and physical rights, literally the lives of American citizens whom they are placing under surveillance, threatening their lives in concert with the people of the state. That's what these corrupt law enforcement agencies who are infected with the demon possessed are advocating are advocating toward. That's what they don't even understand, how their criminal conduct at this point is now helping to support that which I'm advocating. Okay, they are beyond being prosecuted. The case has long been established. It was established when I was in the Inland Empire. I'm coming out here and you're looking at, there is absolutely no way you are ever going to keep the sun over one address all day long while it's remaining over one address, which is the Open Family Community Library in Ontario, let alone when I'm traveling from place to place and it's here all day. It's asinine, like I said. The entity is stalking in that environment, stalking by the state. That corroborating evidence is used against the people. This is speaking to what is demonic, and this is revealing what is people that are engaging in a criminal system in the U.S. This is not the natural environment, and that's not sunlight that's touching all over the land, touching all over their property. This is serving for what is a criminal monitoring system. This is also the area where you're seeing the entity engaging in surveillance through commercial airline planes, like you just saw, pacing all around in the sky space. All the people of the state are in relevant position monitoring, and that's the reality of what's going on. That engineer light that you see in my room cycling through, that engineer light is touching all over the land. All right, and there are more that are of this condition than are not. But nonetheless, there are laws, regardless of the government's abuse of it, regardless of many of those who are infected with this condition, which is going to be grounds of removal, disqualification from the government, from law enforcement, from the legal profession, from the medical profession, not only as they're documented, but as it's going to be an additional means of analyzing someone without, you're not violating any religious right. You're talking about what's relevant to criminal activity now, federal group stalking and monitoring. All right, so the entity is engaging in what is a pattern of conduct, and it is speaking to inform additional policy. And that was LAPD group stalking. And I'm going to document this third party over here engaging in the P.O.C, stalking in the path with light. That's what these headlights are. They're in engineer light. Engineer light is all over the ground around their vehicle. And this is impunity as you document it. Oh yeah, that's the Abundance family. We don't need to go get them. They're going to lose their kids and their freedom. This is impunity, and look at the light source that moves over me while I move. All right, and then you're looking at presence in the path. There's no sun over 450 North Euclid while you're looking at the light activities surrounding the Abundance family who's group stalking at the mailbox. All right, this is P.O.C. They're also sex offenders while they're monitoring and living at the crime scene with children while my panties are down. This entire community is engaging in ongoing terrorism and surveillance with LAPD, all of whom are consumed with when my panties are up and down. Okay, that's P.O.C. That's surrounding crossing path. It is currently 5:35 p.m. This is P.O.C.